Beginning of our senior year.
We're gonna roll the school.
Don't we already?
Principal said I should come say hi.
Want to join us?
I'd love to.
The Shards. Can Ryan Murphy save Bret Easton Ellis? Most divisive book. Hey everyone, it's Gilbert.K here. Welcome back to my channel. 3 years, 2 networks, 2 directors who signed on and then walked away. That's the road that got us to this week. FX dropping the first trailer for The Shards, Ryan Murphy's adaptation of Bret Easton Ellis' 2023 novel, premiering on August 5th. And the more I sat with this trailer, the more one question kept nagging at me. A question I think comes from a very specific place in my own experience. I've spent years sitting across the table from producers pitching adaptation of books that everyone says are unadaptable. I've watched good material sit in a studio inbox for years because nobody could agree on tone. I've also sat on festival juries watching filmmakers wrestle with source material that was generally hard to translate to screen. Sometimes they nail it, sometimes they don't. And it's rarely obvious in advance which one you're going to get. So when I saw that, The Shards went from HBO to Luca Guadagnino attached to Christopher Borgli attached to both of them gone to finally landing with Ryan Murphy at FX. I didn't read that as good news or bad news. I read it as a genuinely interesting puzzle. What is it about this specific book that made two very different, very talented directors walk away from it? And does Murphy actually have the right instincts to solve what they couldn't? Here's what I keep coming back to. Ellis's novel isn't really a nostalgia piece or straightforward serial killer thriller. Its whole engine is ambiguity. You're never fully sure if the trawler is real, if teenage Ellis invented a monster to give shape to his own numbness and disconnection. The book works because it never resolves the tension for you. Now look at the trailer. It's glossy, it's fun, it leans into the does it have sex in it. That's very recognizably Murphy's register. He's great at surface pleasure and spectacle. The open question is, for me, is whether that same instinct, which has worked so well for him in anthology format, is compatible with a story that depends on not telling you what to feel. I genuinely don't know the answer yet. That's what makes this one worth watching closely instead of writing off. What people are saying. I'm not the only one turning this over. In the comments under the trailer story, you can already see the split. Some readers of the book are skeptical, calling it a sad parody of Ellis' better work, saying the visual style feels too digital, too glossy for 1981. Others are just excited to see the book get made at all. After all these false starts, there's also a casting conversation worth having honestly, not as just gotcha, but as a real question. Homer Gear, Richard Gere's son, and Kaya Gerber, Cindy Crawford's daughter, lead a story about kids who inherited the words of privilege they didn't build. Is that casting choice tone deaf? Or is there an argument that is actually apt? That choosing industry-connected actors to play characters defined by unearned access adds an accidental layer of truth to the material. I can see both readings, and I think that ambiguity is worth sitting with rather than resolving for you. What would it make it work? If I had to bet on what makes or breaks this adaptation, it's not really the visuals. FX and Murphy clearly know how to make 1980s LA look and feel specific and expansive. It's whether the show trusts its audience to sit in uncertainty the way the book does, and whether it resolves the is the killer even real tension too early for the sake of pacing a TV season. The supporting cast gives me some optimism here. Wes Bentley and Evan Rachel Wood are actors who can hold ambiguity and dread without needing a clean resolution. Whether the writing gives them the room to do that is the real thing I'm watching for. So here's my honest, undecided take. This could genuinely go either way. Murphy has the resources and visual instincts to do this book justice, but the book's whole power comes from a kind of restraint that isn't usually his brand. I want to know what you think. If you read the book, does its trailer tone match what you remember, or does it feel like it already answering questions the novel deliberately leaves open? And you haven't read it, does the trailer make you want to? That's all, folks. Thank you for watching, and that's The Shards. Can Ryan Murphy save Bret Easton Ellis' most divisive book? Don't forget to check other episodes on my channel and all podcast platforms for the latest films, series reviews, trailer reactions, and exclusive film industry interviews packed with tips, inspiration, and recommendations. More stories, more insights, and more movie magic waiting for you. See you next one. Until next time, Gilbert.K out.